Today, I want to talk about one of the most famous fictional characters ever created. A man whose name is almost a synonym for genius. You've probably heard of him before. He was created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle in 1887, and he's known as the world's greatest detective. Yes, I am talking about Sherlock Holmes. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alma from SMP Negeri 13 Bandung, and this is my role model. You might think it's strange to look up to someone who doesn't actually exist. But for me, Sherlock represents something very real. Intelligence, curiosity, and the endless desire to seek the truth. He's famous from solving the most mysterious crimes using logic, observation, and deduction. While other detectives guessed, Sherlock observed. While others panicked, Sherlock thought calmly. He looked at the tiniest details and uncovered the truth hidden in plain sight. What inspires me most about Sherlock Holmes is his exceptional use of his mind. He proves that being smart isn't about memorizing facts. It's about knowing how to think. Sherlock once said, "It is a capital mistake to theorize before one has data." That means we shouldn't jump into conclusions without evidence. And I think that is such an important lesson. Not just for detectives, of course, but for everyone. In a world full of rumors, fake news, and assumptions, Sherlock teaches us to think before we believe. Another thing I admire about him is his curiosity. Sherlock Holmes is never satisfied with simple answers. He always asks why and how. He reminded me that learning never stops. Even if you're smart, there's always more to discover. I also admire his focus and dedication. Sherlock can spend hours or even days working on one case without getting distracted. In today's world, where it's so easy to lose focus because of phones, games, or social media, that kind of discipline is something I really want to have. He reminds me that success doesn't come from talent alone. It comes from hard work and concentration. But even though he's incredibly smart, Sherlock isn't perfect. He can be arrogant, sometimes cold, and not very good at understanding emotions. And yet, he still learns from people like Dr. Watson, his best friend. That shows me another lesson. Even the most intelligent person still needs friendship, teamwork, and empathy. No one, not even Sherlock Holmes himself, can do everything alone. Sometimes, when I walk outside, I try to observe like him. The footprints on the ground, the way people act, and the small things others ignore. It's fun, but it also trains my mind to notice the world more closely. So even though Sherlock Holmes lives in books and movies, the lessons he teaches me are very real. He shows me that being logical doesn't mean being boring, that being curious doesn't mean being weird, and that thinking deeply is a superpower anyone can have. That's why Sherlock Holmes is my role model. Not because he's perfect, but because he reminds me to think, to question, and to keep searching for the truth. That's it for me, and thank you so much for listening to my speech.